13 Action News. Good morning, Las Vegas.
Oh my God.
Wow, right now at 5, thousands of customers in the valley left without power. Others forced to evacuate after a fire at an electrical substation. The extra unemployment benefit is set to expire for millions of Americans today after lawmakers were unable to find a compromise overnight. The new plan they're working on to extend those checks for those in need.
And big day out here. Allegiant Stadium officially complete. All of the latest details for what this next season could look like.
And here's your chance to prove you have the cutest dog here in the valley. We'll tell you how you can enter your dog to be a part of the next Dogs of Downtown Summerlin calendar. Hello and good Friday morning, Las Vegas. I'm Ross DiMattei for the 5th and final day, filling in for Kalina Estrinos, who has the week off. But we do want to get things started with meteorologist Justin Bruce. Our second straight 13 First Alert Action Day, Justin, and that is because of the brutal heat we're going through right now. How hot are we going to get today, and what's the weekend looking like?
So we're aimed for 112 this afternoon, and the weekend is looking similarly hot. It is the last day of July, and Ross, we have seen 30 days this month that hit the triple digits. It's a distant memory, but apparently back on July 1st, the high was only quote-unquote 98 degrees. It's 47 minutes away from official sunrise, and you can already see a little bit of daylight way out to the east. 90 at McCarran right now. Not great. It's about 5 degrees warmer than it's been the last few mornings, so you'll feel the difference. And hey, by this afternoon, about as hot as yesterday. 111 in Aliante. North Las Vegas could hit 113. Mountain's Edge aimed for 112. You know, with that power outage Ross was mentioning down in the southwest, not great when temperatures are this hot, even in the middle of the night. 112 Green Valley and 109 on Lake Mead. Ross, I'll leave you with a 13-hour forecast. We'll briefly dip to the upper 80s during the 6 o'clock, maybe the 7 o'clock hour, but it's 94 degrees at 8 in the morning. It's 101 degrees at 10 in the morning, and that just sets the stage for a really hot finish to our Friday. We'll look ahead to a little bit of heat relief in the 7-day planner next.
All right, Justin, thanks. We'll get to that fire in just a second, but let's get to your traffic right now. Still just that one crash to tell you about. It's right near Nellis and Desert Inn Road. The left lane there is blocked heading north. Just a heads up if that is part of your morning commute. Other than that, though, coast is clear out on the roads. We'll let you know if that changes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, here it is. That breaking news overnight. A fire at an electrical substation near Decatur and Silverado Ranch. Some pretty big flames there. It left more than 8,000 customers near Southern Highlands without power throughout the night. Some people were even evacuated from their homes, but they have since been able to return. Right now, it seems crews have that fire under control for the most part, but it did flare up just a few hours ago, and power is slowly being restored in that area. 5:02 now, and the $600 weekly unemployment benefits are set to expire today for millions of Americans. On Thursday, the White House offered an extension into next week, but that was rejected by Democrats who want a long-term solution included in the next stimulus package. Both sides have agreed to talk about unemployment again today and throughout the weekend. More than 800 Nevadans have now died from the novel coronavirus. 21 new deaths were reported on Thursday, according to the state health department. And there have now been more than 46,000 COVID-19 cases in the state of Nevada as we head into the weekend. And today is the last day that you can get a drive-through COVID-19 test at the parking garage near the Thomas and Mack Center. Testing will be closed until the second week of August as they move that testing center inside the arena. The county says this will allow them to move patients and staff out of the summer heat and treat everyone a little more comfortably. That is good news. The UNLV site has become one of the busiest in the entire valley. The woman accused of pushing a 74-year-old man off of a bus will be in court today. Back in March of 2019, you may remember this disturbing video. It captured the moment when Kadisha Bishop allegedly pushed Serge Fournier off of that bus. He later died from his injuries. This happened after he allegedly told Kadisha Bishop to be nicer. Bishop has been out on bail and under house arrest since last June. A mid-air crash killed 2 pilots while they were fighting a fire near Caliente. The area is about 2 hours northeast of Las Vegas. A spokesperson with the Bureau of Land Management says both of those planes were being used to battle the Bishop fire. The identities of the pilots have not been released. The crash is under investigation.
I don't want to delay. I want to have the election.
President Trump now backtracking on his suggestion to delay the 2020 election. On Thursday, the president tweeted this election would be, quote, the most inaccurate and fraudulent election in history. We brought you that tweet yesterday morning. But now he says he wants to have the election, but is concerned about a delay in results.
But I also don't want to have to wait for 3 months and then find out that the ballots are all missing and the election doesn't mean anything.
Well, after the president's tweet, Governor Sisolak responded saying state officials will try to make the election as safe and accessible as they can during this time. But he ensured that Nevada's election will continue as planned on November 3rd, as required by law. And Nevada lawmakers are heading back to Carson City to kick off a second special session today. They will be addressing several issues, including making sure that Nevadans can vote safely on Election Day, as well as unemployment insurance and criminal and social justice reform. That session is set to get started at 9 o'clock this morning. For the past 2.5 years, we have watched construction crews work tirelessly to build a brand new stadium that will host some of the biggest events in the Valley for years to come. And today, Allegiant Stadium is finally finished. It's a major milestone here in the Valley, as the $1.8 billion venue will host concerts and serve as the home of the Raiders and the Rebels. 13 Action News anchor Marissa Kinnison joins us live outside of the stadium with how the Raiders are now reacting to this big news. Good morning, Marissa.
Good morning, Ross. Yeah, we've still seen some construction crews arriving here on site this morning. They're just doing some finishing touches out here. That's all that's left to do. Take a look. Lights are on at Allegiant Stadium. Of course, very impressive to see when those lights are on. Now, in a tweet, Clark County said today marks substantial completion, meaning the owner can now use the stadium for its intended purpose. An exciting day for the future of the Las Vegas Raiders. But Allegiant Stadium will continue to sit empty, at least for now. The team is still unsure if a football season will be possible given the current state of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Raiders' home opener against the Saints will be their first game in Las Vegas, but it's unlikely that fans will be allowed to attend, something Coach Gruden says is disappointing.
Worried about Las Vegas. I love this place. We were eager to have the draft here. We were eager to make some friends here and have some real exciting times as we make our move here. We have the best facility, the best stadium I've ever seen in my life.
The Raiders are holding training camp right now for their players. They are being frequently tested for COVID-19. Russ?
And listen, if fans can't be in the stands this year, I think we'll all be heartbroken and disappointed, but we just have to wait. That day will come eventually. I'm curious about today. It's obviously a huge day with the stadium getting done, Marissa. It's still dark and early, but have you seen any action around the stadium as they celebrate such a big milestone?
Yeah, huge milestone. Of course, like I said, just some finishing touches left to do out here. But if you take a look behind me, Ross, I'll show you. It does appear that they've been testing the lights inside the stadium right now. Of course, they would probably have to do that while it is, like you said, dark and early. So you can see all those color changes coming from that large retractable window. Definitely something that is going to make this stadium so different from others, really giving those fans that outdoor feel, that view of the Strip. But of course, I can imagine it's very cool inside with that AC going.
Marissa, thanks. We'll all have to wait to see that view from inside the stadium, the view we've all been waiting so long for. All right, Marissa, we'll check back in just a bit. But right now, the Golden Knights are back in action and getting back to winning what they do so well. They beat the Arizona Coyotes last night in their first game in 4 months. Now, even though it was just an exhibition game and fans couldn't be there in person to cheer them on, it was still just so great to see them on the ice once again. Fans say that the game was able to take everyone's mind off of everything 2020 has thrown our way.
With everything that's going on in the city, and there's so many people laid off, I'm personally laid off too, and that's why it's so important to have something to rally around. We get an opportunity to support our Golden Knights, to get us all the way through the playoffs, to get us into the Stanley Cup Final Two. You know, this would really bring our city back.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Last night was only a warm-up game. The real fun comes on Monday. I can tell you the final score last night was 4-1 in favor of your Golden Knights. They will now take on the Dallas Stars at 3:30 in the afternoon on Monday. That's their first of 3 play-in games before the Stanley Cup playoffs get started. The Las Vegas Lights will be back on the field this weekend. Last weekend, the boys lost to San Diego. Their new head coach, Frank Yallop, admits that they were a little rusty because the preseason was canceled, but they will get better. Tomorrow is their first home game of the season, and like most sports right now, there will not be any fans in the stands. However, Coach Yallop says that this is not something he's too worried about.
We're meant to play this sport professionally in front of people, crowds, and I think that it does make a difference, but we just got to shut that out. We're at home, against Reno on Saturday night, and let's go and pretend there is a crowd there, because we do know that fans are going to be watching on TV, and we want to give them, something to cheer on, and if we play well and get some chances and really have a good game, then that's what they want to see.
Sounds like the lights are ready to roll. The team did ask for fans to send pictures for cardboard cutouts that will go into the stands so that the stadium won't look completely empty. The game against Reno takes place tomorrow at 7:30, and you can watch it on ESPN+. 5:09 now, and today kicks off the Fill the Bus supply drive as kids get ready to start the new school year. There is a drive-through drop-off site at the Sam's Club near the 215 and Rainbow, and they need those donations desperately. You can stop by between 5:30 this morning and 4 in the afternoon. There's also a wish list up on Amazon and Walmart, and we've put a link to that on our website at ktnv.com. All right, time to show off those pups. Right now you can submit your dog to be featured in the Dogs of Downtown Summerlin calendar. You can post a photo of your dog using the hashtag DogsOfDTS by August 14th to submit your dog. And you don't have to live in Summerlin to submit your dog. 13 dogs will be chosen, including a cover model. That calendar will go on sale in October, and all of the money goes to the Animal Foundation. So it goes to a great cause. As I bring in Justin Bruce now, I know I submitted there he is. That's my guy Phil right there. I guess we're going to submit my dog and see if he makes it onto the calendar. He's a good looking boy, but Justin, these days, no chance of getting him to walk. It's just too darn hot out.
Yeah, yes, but poor Phil, centuries of breeding. He would be very comfortable, like in the Alps, I think. And here he is, and it's going to be 112 this afternoon. Good looking fella, by the way. 112 today. This is only a few degrees shy of the record. The record is 115. I will let you know when a pretty sizable drop is going to get here in the 7-day planner.
All right, Justin, an update now to the deadly Alpine Motel fire in December. We're going to tell you about the people who are now being charged with involuntary manslaughter. Plus, helping local small businesses in need. The grant that's available right now to help you stay afloat. And a local business owner now using her medical experience to keep customers safe as she fights to bounce back during this pandemic. We'll be right back.